oil and lubricant expenses ay tumaas dahil sa pagdami ng motor vehicles operation ng OBP. Madam Villar del Rey, tama po?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Alam niyo po kung ilan ang mga motor vehicles ng OBP noong 2022?
I don't have my number, Your Honor, with me today.
Wala. Ito pong 2023, alam niyo po kung ilan?
Same, Your Honor. Wala po ako.
The same, wala. So, ano po ang naging basis ng OBP sa paghingi nila ng budget na to?
Your Honor, in 2023, there are procurements po of transportation equipment.
Again, ma'am?
There are procurement po of transportation equipment, motor vehicles, Your Honor.
Kotse.
I cannot recall, Your Honor, the specifics of the procurement.
Pero 500% halos ma-increase ha. Meron pa bang ibang items na nakapaloob doon sa supplies and material expenses maliban doon sa na-itemize ko po?
Your Honor, under supplies and material expenses, as mentioned po, office supplies expenses, welfare goods expenses, drugs and medicines expenses, medical, dental, and laboratory supplies expenses, fuel, oil, and lubricants expenses, semi-expendable machinery equipment expenses, and semi-expendable furniture, fixtures, and books expenses, and other supplies and materials expenses, Your Honor.
Then, ma'am, sino po ulit ang nagre-request ng budget sino nag-request ng budget for year 2023? Si BP Duterte po, tama?
Under the administration po of BP Sara.
Sino ang nag-approve ng budget for year 2022? Si BP Duterte ulit, di po ba? Final say.
I cannot recall po who is the signatory of the final proposal.
Pero ma'am, siya nag-approve ng budget, so siya rin yun. Clearly, hindi naman po historical data naging basehan ng OBP upang ma-justify yung 272,230,000 or almost 500%. To be exact, ma'am, 494% increase in budget allocation for 2023. Kasi kung historical data ang magiging basehan, sobrang laki ng difference between the amount actually spent by the OBP in supplies and material expenses in 2022 from the amount allocated po ng OBP to the same line item in 2023. Ano kaya yung dahilan, ma'am? Ba't ganun kalaki yung allocation ng 2023? Meron kayong idea?
Your Honor, based on the new projects of the Vice President as well as for the creation of the 10 satellite offices.
Because of the new projects,
New projects to be implemented under the administration of BP Duterte as well as the creation of the 10 satellite offices.
mga satellite offices.
Tama po.
Okay, ma'am, ano pong mga materials o gamit na binili niyo for the year 2023? Under what category niyo binili yun?
Your Honor, under supplies and materials, Your Honor.
Yes. Kasi if you have to compare the expenses ng 2022, yung welfare goods expenses is the highest. Can we say na under this category din po ang majority na mga ginastos nyo under sa welfare goods expenses. Tama, ma'am?
Again, Your Honor.
Yung halos majority ng ginastos nyo nando sa welfare goods expenses.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Ano naman yung mga materyales o gamit na binili sa dating budget for year 2022 na hindi nagamit noong hindi na magamit noong 2023? I mean, man, meron bang natira noong 2022?
For the budget, Your Honor,
Yes.
Remaining budget of 2022 ay naging continuing appropriation to be added sa 2023 GAA.
I mean, ma'am, wala bang natira yung mga medicine, medical, dental, and laboratory supply expenses 2022 going to 2023? Siguro naman, kahit kaunti, ma'am, merong mga ginastos na makikerry over from 2022 to 2023. Tama po?
Most of the 2022, Your Honor, medical, dental, and laboratory supplies are utilized for COVID operation under BP. Then,
So, walang Again, ulit, ma'am.
most of the medical, dental, and laboratory supplies expenses disbursed in 2022 are utilized for COVID operation, Your Honor.
So, walang carry over, wala pong napunta ng 2023. Ubos.
Hindi po ako sure, Your Honor, pero wala na rin po kaming, nag-stop na rin ang COVID operation at the time of the new administration, Your Honor.
Sige po. Nasabi nyo kanina, ma'am, kaya 494% yung increase kasi sa project na bago. So, substantially different ba yung mga initiative and programa ninyo sa OBP noong 2023 kesa sa 2022 na kinailangan yung bumili ng bagong materyales? Kasi bigla po nag-jump ng 494% yung budget eh. Gaano ba kaganda yung programa na yan, ma'am?
Sir, since 2022 po is pandemic pa, so wala pang movement, wala pang masyadong mga projects na pwedeng i-implement. That is why po, nung pumasok ang new administration, nag-end na ng pandemic, there are new projects na pinopose under the new administration.
Ma'am, noong 2020 ang pandemic po hanggang 2022. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Noong 2019 po ba, wala pang pandemic? Malaki
Wala.
rin ang budget ng OBP noon?
Wala pa po. Wala po akong comparison ng 2019. Your
Pero
Honor.
sa experience niyo po, ma'am, ito bang 2023 is the highest budget compared to the previous annual budget?
Based on record, sir, yes po.
Yes. So, in 2019, walang pandemic. 2020, may pandemic. So, ang common denominator of these expenses is their attribution to the COVID-19 pandemic, which, as we know by now, has already been largely kept at bay. Practically, wala na pong COVID-19 pandemic ngayon, di po ba? Wala na.
Tama po.
Required pa ba tayo mag-mask strictly, social distancing, in person naman? Wala na po, ano?
Voluntary, Your Honor.
Yes, yun yung sinasabi kanina. Through Proclamation 297 issued last June 21, the President has lifted the state of public health emergency due to COVID-19. Tama po, ano?
Tama po, Your Honor.
So, kasi po, nagugulat lang kami sa 494 increase sa budget eh. Almost 5 times more the allocation for this line item. When in the first place, the actual expenditure of the OBP for the supplies and materials expenses in 2022 was actually very low in comparison. May naisip ka ba, ma'am, na dahilan kung bakit may malaking pagkakaiba sa expenditure ng 2022 to 2023? Because of the project again?
Yes, Your Honor, and the 10 satellite offices.
And the satellite offices. So, from 53 million to 272 million. Time is 5. Ma'am, what are the different materials that year 2023 needed to procure from the materials procured from by the year 2022 budget? Was there a significant price difference between then and now?
Sir, Your Honor, may I refer your questions to our Director for Admin and Finance?
Mr. Chair.
Attorney Sanchez,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Your Honor, as mentioned by our Chief Accountant, there were new projects of the OVP in 2023, namely the Pagbabago Campaign, A Million Learners and Trees Program. For the
That-
Pagbabago Campaign, Your Honor,
Slowly, ma'am. Ano yung bagong project po?
Pagbabago Campaign, Your Honor.
Pagbabago,
Campaign, A Million Learners and Trees Program, Your Honor.
a million
Learners and Trees.
and it costs 150 million.
For the Pagbabago Campaign, Your Honor, around 90 million. I'll just confirm, Your Honor, from the
Ma'am, ano
exact
tong
amount.
pagbabago campaign? Ano po ito?
Sir, for the Pagbabago Campaign, the OVP has a target of giving school bags with school supplies and dental kits to school children. For at least, the target is 1 million school children for the entire term of the Vice President, Sara Duterte, Your Honor. So
Ma'am,
for-
we are talking of 2023 budget
yes.
lang.
So for 2023, Your Honor, the target was set at 200,000, Your Honor. 200,000 beneficiaries, Your Honor.
200,000 bags in short.
Yes, Your Honor.
And yung million, ano yung million learner?
Yun po yung component nung program, A Million Learners Program po yung target. And then may counterpart po siya, that is the A Million Trees Campaign. But for the A Million Trees Campaign, very minimal expenses lang because it only entails tree planting po. And the target is 1 million trees as well. So 200,000.
So yung dalawang project po yun, tama
Yes.
bang parang it worth 220 million per year?
Your Honor,
Almost.
it's just one of the new programs of the OVP.
So marami pang project.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, this increase in supplies and materials expenses is extremely alarming. An increase of almost 494% or a budget of 45,821,000 in 2022 to 272,230,000,000 in 2023. Nang ipinakita ang breakdown ng 272,230,000 para lamang sa supply and materials. Kaya naman, Mr. Chair, I move that the COA furnish us a copy of the said audited financial statement of 2023 relating to the OBP. So I move, Mr. Chair.
Is there any second to the motion? Duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Kay Ms. Villa Del Ripo ulit. Tayo po naman ay pumunta sa budget na nakalaan for professional services. Ayon sa GAA for 2022, ang budget na nakalaan po for professional services ay nasa halagang 41,777,000 for the year 2022. Ma'am, para saan po itong professional services na to?
Your Honor, professional services comprised of auditing services, consultancy services, and other professional services, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sino-sino ma'am yung mga auditor nyo? Di po ba meron ng COA ang auditor ng... Di ba COA ang auditor ng OBP? Meron pa po bang internal?
Yes, Your Honor, COA resident auditor.
regarding ma'am sa consultant, sino-sino naman po yun? Meron kayong mga consultants din?
Yes, Your Honor, they are the consultants under the new administration, Your Honor.
So yun po yung sa 41 million. Ma'am, sino-sino yung mga dating auditor at consultant ng year 2022? Meron po kayong listahan pa dyan?
For the resident auditor, Your Honor, as detailed by COA is Sir Joshua Palitic and I think ATL po is Joshua Palitic for 2022.
Okay, so gaano kadalas nag-audit at nag-hire ng consultant ang OBP, ma'am? Ilang beses? Same number of time ba as of year 2022? Tsaka gaano kadalas po sila pumupunta ron?
For auditing services, sir, they are resident in the OBP. They have office in the OBP. So for the auditing services, these are the expenses incurred by the auditing services like communication, fuel. Nakalam po ito under one account, auditing services.
Comsec, meron pang slide dyan regarding professional services. Pakita lang po sa monitor. Ayan po. For the benefit of this committee, ma'am, would you kindly enlighten us to what these expenses were for? We would like to know po ano itong other professional services. Madam Bella Del Rey.
Yes. Your Honor, for a total of 56,140,892.26, this is pertaining to 2022 expenses of the Office of the Vice President for professional services. For the 74,990,000, Your Honor, it is not the amount indicated in our audit report.
Magkano po yung sa audit report niya?
For 2023, Your Honor, the total professional services, 62,698,445.
600.
62,698,445.41.
Sige ma'am, ano po yung ibig sabihin ng other professional services? Ano po yung other professional services? Meron na kayo auditing services, consultancy services. Ano yung other professional services?
Other professional services, Your Honor, includes the payment of service fees, premium and gratuity pay to contract of service personnel. It also includes the payment of the service personnel of the libreng sakay buses.
Personnel of the libreng sakay buses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano po to? Driver ng bus?
Driver and conductor, Your Honor.
So, 44,689,743,743.30 for 2022.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you agree with me, ma'am, that the term other professional expenses is necessarily vague? Kasi, tinanong ko pa nga eh. Professional expenses, ma'am. Other professional services. Ma'am, ano pagkakaiba ng auditing services and consultancy services?
Auditing services, sir, pertaining to our resident auditor from COA. And consultancy services are the consultants under the Office of the Vice President. Technical consultant, sir.
Again, auditing services pertaining to
Pertaining to COA resident auditor detailed in the Office of the Vice President, and consultancy services pertaining to technical consultants hired in the Office of the Vice President.
So yun po yung consultancy services hired by the Vice President. 11,312,866.89. Tama po.
Tama po, for 2022, Your Honor.
For 2023, tama po ni amount na yun, 23 million plus.
For 2023, Your Honor, auditing services, 216,368,000. 216,368, and for consultancy services, a total of 3,447,502 pesos and 19 centavos, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I would like to manifest that it appears here that the OBP engaged other professional services, which contains the biggest expenditure out of the line item under professional services for 2022, amounting to 44,689,743.30. Nakakapagtaka, Mr. Chair, kung saan pinaggastosan ang professional services maliban sa auditing services and consultancy services. Ayon din po sa notes to financial statement, the total expenditure for professional services for the year 2022 was in the amount of 56,140,892 pesos and 96 centavos, which is higher than the allotted budget for the same year. Ibig sabihin, lagpas ang OBP sa budget. Tama po, Ms. Villa del Rey?
Your Honor, hindi ko po siya ma-compare since wala ako nung ibang figures.
Paano nyo pala inahanda po itong budget? Base ba sa historical data to?
May I refer your question, sir, to our budget officer?
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Kelvin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, with regard to the preparation of budget, one of the consideration is the historical cost
Historical
of the OVP.
data.
And then second is if we have required additional COSPs or to expand yung manpower pool
Sige po.
ng OVP.
Yun lang muna. Ano ibig sabihin ng historical data? So, bali yan yung para sa year 2022.
For year 2022, sir, we usually refer back to the previous year. But in this case, nagkakaroon po kami ng additional consideration since new administration po yung gagalaw for 2023 compare doon sa actual nung 2021.
Since bago yung administration, may bagong consideration?
Bagong consideration, depende po sa requirement na manpower ng mga satellite offices and the central office.
Sige po. Ayon sa GAA for 2023, ang budget na nakalaan sa professional services ay nasa halaga ng 193,950,000, which is a 365% increase from the budget allocated to professional services in 2022. Halos 4 times na increase po ito. Bakit po tumaas ng sobra ang budget for professional services in 2023? Ms. Villa del Rey, please give us an explanation po dito. 365% ang tinaas.
Your Honor, our budget for 2023 is based on, as mentioned by Sir Kelvin Tanido, is based on the requirements
Of the Vice President.
of the Vice President with the implementation of new projects and creation of 10 satellite offices.
Ma'am, what is the difference between year 2022 and year 2023 with respect to the need for professional services? Ba't kinakailangan pong 365% yung increase ng budget? malaki ba yung pangangailangan ng 2023?
Yes, Your Honor, with the creation of 10 satellite offices and the limited plantilla positions available in the Office of the Vice President, we have to hire personnel under contract of service.
So does it mean, ma'am, ng July 1, 2022 to December 2022, hindi nakapag-function ng maayos ang Vice President? Kasi maliit lang po nun yung professional services.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, hindi ko po kayang sagutin. Wala akong mga available figures for comparison, Your Honor.
56,140,892.96 po ang COA report ng 2022, while in GAA 2023, 193,950,000, which is 364%. So I mean, nung July 1 po, 2022, bagong administration na yon. Anyway, ma'am, what projects did the OBP have that are supposedly different from what the previous OBP had?
Almost all of the projects of the under the new administration is new, Your Honor, because under previous administration, the focus of projects is COVID operations.
Nung 2022 COVID operation.
Yes, Your Honor.
So noong 2023, maraming project, kaya 365% increase in professional services, or will cost around 3 times more than what was actually spent in 2022. Tama ba, ma'am?
Tama po.
Bakit marami po kayong na-hire na consultants noon? Noong 2023?
2023, sir, is few consultants only, more on contract of service personnel, Your Honor.
Again?
For consultancy, Your Honor, only few consultants were hired. Most charges under the professional services are from personnel under contract of service.
Contract of service. Tapos, bakit po kayo nag-hire ng auditor kung mayroon namang COA? Ano pang ino-audit po ron?
No, sir. Hindi po kami nag-hire ng auditor. Ang auditing services po na nandito is for the expenses incurred ng COA resident auditor sa OBP.
Okay. Mr. Chair, habang umuusad ang ating discussion tungkol sa pagwaldas ng OBP ng pera ng taong bayan, dumarami ang mga katanungan at ni isang sagot o paliwanag ang hindi natin nakukuha. Kagaya nito, gumastos ng mahigit 44 million ng OBP sa other professional services na hindi man lang pinangalanan ng OBP. As far as I am concerned, and I believe the Filipino people agree, is that aside from auditing and consultancy services, there is no other professional services needed by the OBP. If indeed such professional services were not tainted with fraud or malice, then the OBP should have at least provided an item describing such. Mr. Chair, nakakaduda ito. Hindi lamang barya yung 44 million na pinagpagura ng taong bayan para lang gastahin ng basta-basta ng OBP. Ma'am, dito naman po tayo sa susunod na line item, financial assistance. Sa 2022 GAA, ang nakalaan na budget para dito ay halagang 357,600,000. Tama po?
Your Honor, under the assistance subsidy
GAA 20.
account,
Financial assistance subsidy. Apo. GAA 2022.
Yours,
357,600,000.
for 2022, Your Honor, our records is 378,820,757 pesos and 65 centavos, Your Honor.
Yan po yung na-consume.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pero yung nasa GA 2022, 357,600,000.
Tama po, Your Honor.
So, Comsec, ano yung slide para makita rin po ni Miss Billa Del Rey. Ayon sa note to financial statement for 2022, yung assistance subsidy amounted to 378,820.6 for the year 2022. The assistance subsidy was broken down as follows. Ayan, ma'am. On the other hand, under Note 18.18 of the Notes to Financial Statement, subsidies other consisted of the following. Comsec, merong, ayan.
2021.
Medical, burial assistance, ayan ma'am, tuloy-tuloy na yan. Mr. Chair, once again, an examination of the figures clearly indicates that the OBP exceeded its budget allocation for 2022 on the item of assistance subsidy. While OBP extended assistance and provided subsidies in the form of financial, medical, burial, educational, and livelihood assistance, it cannot go unnoticed that the OBP must be limited to the budget allocated for this specific purpose. The sole discretion on the part of the OBP cannot be misconstrued to be an act of liberality or generosity, as it cannot decide whimsically on how to spend the people's money, especially considering that it is beyond what is allocated. Again, it appears that the OBP exceeded its budget allocation for year 2022. Tama po ba, ma'am?
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized?
357,600,000 yung nasa GAA, ang nagamit 378,820,757.
What is the pleasure of Attorney Sanchez?
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized to respond to the question, Your
Sige
Honor?
po.
Oh, sige, you are recognized.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, for 2022, we received a supplemental budget from the DBM covering financial assistance and subsidy, Your Honor. In addition, Mr. Chair, under the GAA, the government agency has the authority to modify a certain amount of up to a certain extent its budget, provided that we stay within the PAP of the account, Your Honor.
Hindi, ma'am, wala naman pong problem doon. Sinasabi ko lang po, nung GAA 2022, ang original budget is 357,600,000. Ang na-consume is 378. May supplemental, pero kinulang talaga yung 357. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano ulit yung proseso sa paghahanda ng budget allocations? Ma'am, si Miss Billa Del Rey ulit. Ma'am, ano ang proseso sa paghahanda ng budget allocation?
Miss Billa Del Rey.
Your Honor, based on historical data,
Based on historical data. Sino-sino yung mga taong involved sa decision making o sa approval? CBP.
Your Honor?
Sino-sino pa yung mga taong involved sa decision making o sa pag-approve ng budget?
for the project proposal, Your Honor,
It's the
it
Vice
is
President.
not only the Vice President, we have the budget officer, we have the planning officer, and with the director for APSO, and also the top management, Your Honor.
For the year 2023, the budget allocated to financial assistance subsidy ay tumaas sa halagang 920,800,000. This is almost 157% increase o halos 2 times na increase po ito. Tama, ma'am? Tama po.
More or less, Your Honor.
Again, ma'am, kindly give us an explanation as to why the amount allocated for this line item in 2023 differ substantially from the amount allocated to and actually spent by the OBP in 2022. Masyadong malaki.
Yes, Your Honor, because of the creation of the new satellite offices. Yes, sir. And the implementation
Of your
of
project.
medical and burial assistance also to be implemented in satellite offices, not only in central office, and also other projects under the subsidy account, Your Honor.
So that is the reason kung bakit substantial increase yung budget from 2022 to 2023. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dito naman tayo sa representation expenses, ma'am. Under the GAA 2022, the OBP was allocated an amount of 29,752,000 in representation expenses. Ayon sa Note 18.19 of the notes to its financial statement, these representation expenses refer to expenditures for the representation expenses of the Vice President, including regular and special meetings, including local security augmentation during travel of the Vice President into provinces. Tama? Tama, ma'am?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I understand that the representation expenses are incurred when the Vice President attends regular and special meetings, including the security details she needs while she travels. It seems as if the OBP, through the item of representation expense, is charging a talent fee in every meeting she attends. This is akin to a talent fee paid to a celebrity for every public appearance or guesting in TV show. This absurd, Mr. Chair, again. Public office is public trust. Holding a seat in government, the second most powerful in the country to be exact, is not a golden ticket to spend mindlessly. For 2022, ayon ulit sa note to financial statements, it appears that representation expenses of the OBP amounted to 16,757,436,000.88, noticeably below the budget allocated for this item for 2022. Tama, ma'am? Ibig po ba sabihin, hindi nagastos lahat ng budget allocated for representation expenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
16. Meron pong 12,994,563.12 na hindi ginastos ng OBP for representation expenses noong 2022. Tama, ma'am? 12,994,563.12.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Nevertheless, despite the fact that OBP did not spend what it anticipated to spend in 2022, sa GAA 2023, ang nakalaad na budget for representation expenses became 79,310,000 or an increase of approximately 168% from last year's budget. Ano po yung basihan nyo rito? May natirang representation expenses ng 2022 and yet sa 2023 mas malaki yung request nyo, 168% compared to 2022. Sige, tapos mo.
Yes, Your Honor. The significant increase is based on the expansion of the office with the 10 satellite offices and 2 extension offices in addition to the central office, Your Honor, for the representation expenses of the Vice President.
Pero ma'am, 2022, natirang kayo ng budget sa representation expenses. Siya na rin po ang Vice President nung kalahating taon.
Yes, Your Honor, it was added to the 2023 GAA as continuing appropriation.
Sige, pa. Sige, siguro Mr. Chair, tuloy ko na lang for second round. Medyo mahaba na yung tanong ko. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Congressman Valeriano. The next interpellator is Congresswoman Jinky Luistro. Ma'am, but before I recognize you, ma'am, may tatanong lang ako, few lang. Ma'am Juliet, I do not know if my question should be answered by Miss Julieta or Attorney Sanchez. Ma'am, ilan po ba yung satellite office nyo? Would you know?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, we have 10 satellite offices and
10
1 extension office as of today, Your Honor.
10 satellite
Yes, Mr. Chair.
offices. Okay. So would you know kung saan po yung mga satellite offices nyo?
Yes, Mr. Chair. For Luzon, we have one in Isabela, that's our Cagayan Valley Satellite Office.
Isabela,
Yes.
and then
We also have in Pangasinan, in
Pangasinan.
Dagupan, Your Honor. We also have in Region 5 in Bicol, Your Honor, in Legazpi
ano pa?
City.
Bicol.
Bicol, Your Honor, in Legazpi City,
So
Your
tatlo
Honor.
po sa Luzon.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then,
And then for Visayas, we have one in Cebu City in Cebu, and that covers Cebu, Bohol, and Siquijor area.
Cebu,
Cebu, Bohol, and Siquijor, but the office is located in Cebu City.
Cebu. Okay.
Yes, and we also have one for Panay and Negros Islands, and that is located in Bacolod City.
Panay Negros, and then
Located in Bacolod City.
Bacolod.
Yes. And we also have for Eastern Visayas located in Tacloban City, Your
In?
Honor. Tacloban.
Tacloban. And then in Mindanao,
In Mindanao, Your Honor, we have 4 satellite offices. For Southern Mindanao Satellite Office, it's located in Davao City.
Davao,
For Caraga, it's located in Butuan.
Butuan,
And for Western Mindanao Satellite Office, it's located in Zamboanga City.
Zamboanga,
And the last one is for BARM. It's located in Cotabato City.
Cotabato.
And
Okay.
in addition, Your Honor, we have an extension office in Tondo, Manila.
Tondo, Manila.
Yes, Your Honor.
So all in all, 11.
10 satellite offices and 1 extension office. Your Honor, there was also a period of time wherein we operated an extension office in Lipa, Batangas.
Lipa, Batangas.
Yes.
Okay. So never na nangyari po na ang inyong satellite office ay naging 34?
No,
Wala
Your
po.
Honor.
Okay, sige. Thank you po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ah,
Mr. Chair? Can I just interject?
Please. The COMSEC would like to recognize.
Good afternoon, Your Honors. Welcome to the hearing, Vice Chairperson Honorable Crispin Diego Pingremulla from the 7th District of Cavite and Honorable Micaela Angela B. Swansing from the 1st District of Nueva Ecija. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. With the indulgence of Congresswoman Luistro, the Chair would like to recognize Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez.
Attorney Sanchez, good afternoon. Attorney Sanchez, earlier you enumerated your satellite offices and special satellite office. Is that correct?
Mr. Chair,
extension
it's
office.
extension office, Your Honor.
So anong pinagkaiba nung special? Is that the
Extension office, Your
yeah.
Honor. The satellite offices, Your Honors, Mr. Chair, perform or rolls out all the projects of the central office, Your Honor. So all the projects that includes the medical and burial assistance program, the Pagbabago a Million Learners and Trees campaign, the Pansarap, Your Honor, libreng sakay for the 3 satellite offices, Your Honor, because we
Yeah.
only have a limited buses.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I just wanted to get an idea. And then you mentioned you have one in Tondo. What is that?
Yes. That's an extension office, Your Honor. The function is limited to receiving applications for medical and burial assistance, Your Honor.
And I'm sure that all these satellite offices, given the funds that have been allocated to the Office of the Vice President, are properly manned, operated, maintained,
Yes, Your Honor.
complete with staff and security guards.
Your Honor, the security guards, we just started in 2023, Your Honor. But we only started assigning security guards in 2023, Your Honor. But yes, Your Honor, you are correct.
So up to present, nandun pa yon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Pati yung mga satellite offices nyo sa Tondo, ganun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware of an incident that happened in August 8, 2024?
Your Honor, are you referring to the incident in Tondo, Manila, Your Honor, where...
Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Can you enlighten the committee as to the incident that happened in August 8, 2024?
Your Honor, based on my knowledge, there was a looting incident in Tondo, Manila, Your Honor.
There was a
Looting incident.
incident
A robbery incident, Your Honor.
na nilooban yung office ninyo, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Na kanina sinabi mo lang sa akin, properly manned, properly maintained, properly operated, and since 2023, may security guard. Tama?
Your Honor, I stand corrected, Your Honor. For the Tondo Satellite Office, initially we did not assign a security guard because, as I mentioned, the
No, but you-
operations
wait,
of the satellite
Earlier, I
extension
asked you.
office.
Earlier, I asked you, and you confirmed. Now, when I asked you about this incident in Tondo, you cannot be adjusting your answers and you know.
I apologize, Your Honor.
But in any case, so about this looting incident, what was lost in that incident of burglary in Tondo?
From my knowledge, Your Honor, the report that I received is that there were just food items which were lost. Initially, the CCTV was stolen, but as far as I know, Your Honor, it was already recovered.
So yun yung isang pinagtataka ko, Mr. Chair, kasi nabanggit po ni Attorney Sanchez, no, na maintained, operated, well-funded yung kanilang mga opisina, extension offices. In fact, one time, the issue of security personnel deployed to the Office of the Vice President was an issue. And then you also mentioned that security guards were also deployed in your offices. And yet, you know, we have incidents of this na isang alam na tanggapan ng pangalawang pinakamataas na opisyal sa ating bansa ay nalooban at napagnakawan pa. So I just wanted to stress that point, Mr. Chair, so that we can take due notice of that incident. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez. The chair would like to recognize Congresswoman Luistro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I wish to raise my questions to Ms. Villa Del Rey. Ma'am, you confirm that you are the Chief Accountant of OVP.
Yes, Your Honor.
May we know how long have you been working at the Office of the Vice President?
I was started in the OBP since 1990, Your Honor. I'm already in my 34th year.
1990.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please share with us who was the Vice President then?
It was still Vice President Doy Laurel, Your Honor.
Doy Laurel.
Salvador Laurel.
My question for you, Ms. Villa Del Rey. Would it be correct to say that during the time of Vice President Duterte, there are two kinds of key officials. One are those who have been with the OVP for so long a time, like you. And the other kind are those who came along with the Vice President, either from Davao City LGU or from her electoral campaign. Would that be correct?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Kapag sinabi po ba natin na key officials who have been with the OBP for so long a time, tama po bang tawagin to na career officials?
Tama po, Your Honor.
And with respect to those who came along with the Vice President, either from the Davao City LGU or from her electoral campaign, are these what we call the coterminous or confidential officials?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Just for the enlightenment of the committee, Ms. Villa del Rey, can you please cite at least some names of the key officials of OVP who are career officials?
From SG24 Division Head, Your Honor, down to rank and file, Your Honor, all other officials are coterminous or appointed officials.
You said SG24 down to rank and file are career officials.
Tama po, Your
So
Honor.
would it be correct to say that if the officials are higher than SG24, these are the confidential officials?
Coterminous and confidential officials, Your Honor.
What is the difference, if there is any, between coterminous and confidential officials?
For coterminous employees, officials, Your Honor, they are, as I understand din po ito, is within the term po of the current administration or the current Vice President.
And how about confidential officials, if there is any difference?
Same coterminous, Your Honor.
So there is no difference at all between coterminous and confidential officials. As a matter of fact, I have observed that these two terminologies are being used interchangeably. Do you confirm that, Ms. Villa del Rey?
For me, Your Honor, yes po.
Okay. With respect to the confidential officials or coterminous officials, can you please name some or few officials who were brought in to the OVP by Vice President Duterte?
Based on the positions, Your Honor, we have the Chief of Staff, the Assistant Chief of Staff, the Director for Operations, the Director for SMO, Director for Admin and Finance, and all other coterminous employees under the said officials.
Does that include the Special Disbursing Officer?
Yes, Your Honor.
What salary grade is SDO?
For our SDO, for confidential is, if tama po yung pagkakatanda ko, is SG24.
SG24, but earlier you said if it is SG24 down to rank and file, that is career officials. And if that is higher than SG24, then that will be confidential officials. Can you please enlighten us on this?
There are positions po na SG24, but they are not division heads under career or under permanent plantilla positions, Your Honor. SG24 under coterminous.
How many SDO do you have?
I cannot recall, Your Honor, but we have SDO for various activities. We have SDO for confidential fund.
And you confirm that the SDO for confidential fund is Gina Acosta.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what salary grade is that?
SG24, Your Honor.
SG24 career official,
Non-career po.
non-career official. Ms. Villa del Rey, I understand that in August 2022, the Office of the Vice President requested for augmentation fund, which includes confidential fund. Do you confirm this?
Your Honor, may I refer your question to our budget officer?
Yes, please.
Mr. Kelvin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I confirm that there was a request to DBM for the augmentation of fund of OVP in August FY 2022.
May we know, sir, how long have you been connected to the OVP?
I have been with OVP since 2014, since former Vice President Binay, ma'am. Mr.
Vice
Chair.
President Binay. So I believe that you are in the best position to answer whether during the time of Vice President Leni Robredo, mayroon din po bang confidential fund nung time ni Vice President Leni Robredo?
There was no confidential fund during the term of Vice President Leni Robredo.
There was no confidential fund during the time of Vice President Leni Robredo. How about during the time of Vice President Jejomar Binay?
I am not a budget officer during that time, ma'am, so I have no knowledge. But per records, I think earlier years of his term, meron pong confidential fund.
Would you be able to enlighten us how many times did Vice President Binay requested for confidential funds during his term?
I cannot give definite answer, ma'am, but upon checking the documents available in the office, there was a series of correspondences regarding confidential fund. However, there is also correspondences reflecting to return or to revert back the release of confidential fund.
There are sources which say that Vice President Jejomar Binay had confidential fund only once. But of course, this is subject to your verification.
I will check, Madam Mr. Chair.
I wish to go back to Ms. Villa del Rey, but I would not mind, Kevin, if you will continue answering my questions. She's temporarily out. Would it be correct to say, sir, since there are no confidential funds during the time of Vice President Robredo, and Vice President Jejomar Binay only had once, would it be correct to say that the career officials of Vice President of the Office of the OVP during the time of Vice President Sara are not used or inexperienced with respect to confidential fund?
I would agree, Mr. Chair. However, we are always guided by certain circulars or guidelines.
And if you agree that the career officials are inexperienced with respect to confidential fund, there being no confidential fund during the time of the former vice presidents, to be particular, Robredo and Binay, would it be correct to say that it is the confidential officials of Vice President Duterte who are experienced with respect to confidential funds?
I have no information, Mr. Chair, with regard to the experience of the coterminous or confidential employees of this administration.
Do you know Yusek Sulaika Lopez?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Would you know where she came from before she assumed her position at the OVP?
During that time, I think she was, previously, she was the city administrator of...
And would you know how long she was employed as city administrator in Davao?
No, Mr. Chair, I have no information.
But at least would you know how long was she connected with Davao City LGU prior to OVP stint?
I cannot remember, but during the first, I think, payroll, of course, attachment of those documents are the service records, but I have no exact or number of years to tell the committee of Attorney Sulaika Lopez as employee of the Davao LGU.
How about Miss Gina Acosta? Do you know her?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Would you know where she came from?
Same from Davao LGU.
And would you know how long she was connected to Davao City LGU prior to her assumption of office at the OVP?
No, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I just want to manifest that during the previous hearings, we were able to present already before the committee the confidential funds of the City of Davao since 1988. And